Good morning, everybody. It's Marty, the JavaScript Party. I'm my buddy Rhett, and I'm getting a phone call on this phone. I don't even know what the story is with that. Um, that's the phone I have that's specifically for work, and I don't have any contacts or anything in there. But somebody else used to have the number. They get a lot of phone calls. They had a lot of friends and stuff. I don't really know what happened to them. So, like sometimes when I answer it, people will ask me, like, "Hey, what happened?" And I don't have the vaguest idea, so just quit answering that completely. But anyways, so we are working on what are we working on? Sunday Flashcard Builder. This project's going really well. Um, I cannot wait. This is one of the few projects. Like most of my projects, I'm like, whatever, it's going to be good. I enjoy it. But this is one of those projects where I really am going to use this thing all the time when I get it done. Um, I think this is going to be just an absolute game changer in my life. Um, Being able to just like my favorite way of learning things is by creating um, um, flashcards, writing the flashcard down, and then going over the flashcards. But the thing is like when you write your flashcards down, you only get like two, um, really only one unique sense, and that's like reading, right? Your eyes, what you're reading the eyes and then you're trying to remember. But like if I could have a voice-driven flashcard system, I'm pretty sure I'll remember even better because I'll be able to say I'll be able not only will I be using my eyes, but I'll also be using my voice to do that. And then I have to tweak it by typing. So like the number of sort of I think I think the way it works with memorizing things is that let's see. Are we in flashcards? Yeah. The way it works is what happens is like it would be easy to remember a lot more things, but okay, so let me go into the but what happens is like you kind of have to somehow like the vast majority of information that comes to your brain is um is not useful, right? It's you have to filter out like you might have a terabyte of information coming into your all your senses every second, right? Like literally a terabyte of information is just freaking pouring in. And you only want a very, very tiny, you only want to remember a tiny, teeny, tiny sliver of that, And so the thing is how do you tell your brain specifically things to remember? And for me, that's always been flashcards, right? So I make a flashcard and then that sort of is my way of communicating. But I think if I can make it through this system, then through a system like this that I'll be able to remember like making it this way, but also I'll be able to do it in beyond flashcards. Like I'll be able to like create crossword puzzles and other match things and all that. So like I could probably create a whole system for memorizing things that will make it very, very easy for me to memorize things. And because our brains are just so much more capable than what we do. All right, so we want to. So I think we're in Angular 22 now, right? Like I think that's what we did last week is we created Angular 22. Yeah. So we did upgrade to Angular 22. I don't remember it being too bad. It was probably the easiest one of all of them because that which forced me to upgrade my node and stuff like that. And so all the foundational changes were made in a previous upgrade. Um, it's almost like worth it to have a Angular application that's just like Hello World application. So whenever you're going to do an Angular upgrade for your actual main application that you care about, like say at a job you have a job and you need to upgrade the version of Angular, like upgrading just the basic Hello World application from that will let you focus 100% on your environment for upgrading. And once you have that environment upgraded and your Hello World application works, then you can go to the next step. Because honestly, all the environmental changes that you make aren't even like, don't even matter. I mean, aren't really part of the upgrade. Not really. Like, if you were already there, then you could just skip all that part. But anyway, so we want to create a clear button for the prompts. Oh, okay, so I think we already started that. Oh, and we called these gatherers. That's right. We gave these a name of gatherers, and we have the gatherer controls. And I don't think the gatherer controls have anything. So I believe we want the gatherer controls to, for under both of these, we want like them to show up right here. Now, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. So I just want to kind of give a quick demo of, I have this voice. Honestly, it's weird to say because like I don't know what happened because like there were lots of amazing websites last year, but I would say that this is maybe my second favorite website of all websites. And it doesn't do much. It just lets me test my voice stuff. But I'd say the only website I like better is a website called Sleeper that is for fantasy football. That's an amazing website. Now, there's probably a lot of amazing websites. I just don't use them. And there were most of the amazing websites that I liked a lot when I was younger, just are garbage now, so that's kind of a bummer. But anyway, so the idea is I want to be able to be like, okay, so from here, I'll be like, I'll click this button and then I'll be like, I'll say words. And I'll have like the ability to say, just keep adding to it or remove it. And then I click this one and now I can say words and they go in here. Now there is some kind of weird little bug right now because if I remember correctly, I can do this. This is the answer. Oh, maybe we fixed that. Or maybe I didn't hear it. Oh, yeah, so hello world. Yeah, see that we don't want that. We don't want it to be like um we don't want like we only want it updating things while we're in this. And if we're not in this, we don't want it to remember. We don't like if we're at response, we don't want the prompt to remember the response. Like this is the response. This is the response. Yeah, see, we don't want that. So anyway, so that's not working quite right, but that's no big deal. What we need is we figured out that what we need when we do this is, oh, let me turn this off. That gets a little annoying. Um, we want to like have a couple of different paths, right? One is like we want to be able to, did I put that in the README? I think I put that in the README. See, we want to be able to clear it. We want to be able to say that we're either overriding or appending, and then so there's like a lot of things, and then we're also going to want to be able to type it. But we're probably going to want to get that working over on prompt, fix that little bug, and then before that, yeah, we need to before we do this, creating that, we need to do this. I guess we can copy this one because it already says step 10 at least, and this is step 11. And we basically wanted to make it to where we can manually edit. Make it so we can manually edit. I guess this is gatherer data. Yay. Okay. So now we want this little control here to show up directly under both of our gatherers. Now, that means that our gatherers um, need to import the prompt. You need to import the control, and then we need to tell it that that control goes here, and then goes under this div, right? Am I right? Um, if cognitive, so I don't know. Let's say, I don't know what happens if we do that there. I'm curious. Okay, so that's inside. We don't want it to be in there. We want it to be like under here because this is a thing that's got the whole highlighting. So probably don't want that. We probably want um yeah, we want this to be inside there, inside these guys. So but the problem is that the way we set up our whole thing. Uh, so I guess this is just the prompt, and then I'm trying to just try to figure out this architecture in my head right now. So basically, what's happening is the way I did this, the styling, it surrounds all these, not just the prompt. So the question is, do we want? I guess maybe we want this to kind of look like. Yeah, I guess we want them in here, these little things, but maybe we don't want it to be. Maybe it would be better if it was sharp. I don't know. Okay, so for the moment, I don't know if this is what we want to do, but I'm going to put like a little square around this div. Now, what's annoying here is it kind of feels like prompt and response should be the same component. Is there a reason why prompt and response, why we don't have a gatherer component that is both of them? And then it handles the prompt and the response. I mean, then it like knows how to talk and stuff. I think that is the right way to do that. But like, okay, so the thing you also have to think to yourself when you do this is, while yes, is it probably a better architecture? Is it actually like, are we scaling to the point? Are we going to be scaling to the point where it's worth it? Or does it make sense? Well, I guess it does make sense because this gather control is actually a uh, a sibling to these. So maybe I must have been thinking that this would go in here. But I don't really like that because I don't think it's super obvious that. So I think they should go inside of these. And I do think that I think there's a possibility that prompt and response will get so different that they do need to be different. And I'm pretty sure that we're listening to different signals or we're listening to the same signal. Well, let's see what's going on here. Okay, so we just show the command messages on response, but on prompt we do a little bit more. So this is our current. I guess it makes sense to have the control in here. Now that I think about it, like div controls. I think that, and actually, I guess if the controls have their own little border, I guess that would help a lot. Okay, so let's do that. All right, so we have to pull in this gathers controls. It'd be interesting to know like how many people even do this stuff anymore. Like are using Angular 22 and are using signals and standalone. Like I don't have the biggest idea. I would imagine the folks over at Angular do. But okay, we want to import this into both of our gatherers. App. Oh, wrong one. I can't tell you. I mean, I've worked in so many places where they forget to even create a selector. I don't know if it's still possible, but okay, this name is no good. It's a bad name. Controls, because I have other controls. I think this needs to be named gather. And I don't think it really has much of an effect when you change this, like, okay, it's complaining about flashcard editor.ts. Oh yeah, so I was thinking I was going to bring it in there. I don't think that's a good idea anymore. And then, so it's still complaining app controls. Oh, darn it. Okay, never mind. To see, that was the wrong thing. Okay, so I was in the wrong one. And back to here. Controls. So these are not the gatherers controls. This is the gather controls, and they are named gather controls. So gather controls. Did I not save over here? Okay, so oh, it's I think it was upset because I had two that were the same name. Flashcard editor line 16. Flashcard editor line 16. Oh, guess I didn't hit save. That was weird because it wasn't showing that it wasn't saved up top. All right, so we have our gather controls, and we want to put those into here. And again, I do not know if this is the right decision. If I, I've definitely seen it work with like where you'll have like one base component and you extend it. I don't, I find that to be really confusing. Um, like not confusing in understanding it, like when you like coming to terms with it, like when you're trying to read it and understand it, but confusing in that like it can be really tricky to try to figure out. Um, so you probably shouldn't even be able to click any of these until the microphone is on. I don't know though, because actually I want to be able to manually do them. So actually you should be able to. So I should be able to click this and just start typing. That'd be funny because you can click this, and if it was on overwrite, I guess it would actually whatever you're typing would just show on the top, and if it was on append, then it would whatever you're typing goes in the bottom. That's kind of a crazy idea to me. I don't know how we're going to implement that. That's going to be weird. It's going to be cool though. Okay, so now with our, I think it's app gather controls would be my guess. Yeah. Let's see. So this is another really good example where these guys probably should have their own um, service that is dedicated just to them. So this prompt, it would be nice if this prompt had its own service that could talk back with this control. So that this guy over here would never even know that there was a command. Now, oh, select response. Right, so like it's really like it'd be nice if we did that. And that this is actually a pretty good application to work on that on too. So I probably will try that. Okay, so what is going on? So in my prompt, I should have gather controls, right? Maybe not. Maybe I didn't save it. Didn't look like it built. I'm expecting my gather controls here. Start, end. Okay, prompt. Okay, what is going on here? What? Oh, because there is no. Ah, okay. So actually, it doesn't go inside of there. It would go outside. Problem is we haven't actually saved any information, and we shouldn't need to control this guy. There we go. Gather control. So basically, we're going to want this to go to the bottom of this and style it to go to the bottom of this, the bottom left quarter. Um, and again, yet another good reason for both of this for this just to be a single component. I keep finding reasons why like it's like, oh, it sure would be nice if this is a single component so that I don't have to place it in both of them. Right now I'm definitely in stubborn mode because I want to see what the downside to stubborn mode is. Let's see. So that was response. Oh, maybe I didn't save this. I guess that's unsaved. All right, so now basically we want to lower those to we want to use a style, and I guess both of them should control it. And it makes sense that both of them would control it because like one of them I might want to push the controls down here, and the other one I might want to push the controls over there. And I don't want to freaking add that logic in some centralized place. So already I think it's already and then yeah, I think there's going to be variance. I don't know why. My gut tells me there's going to be variance between these two that makes it worth the extra work of duplicating. All right, so basically all I want to do is go to my README and add another step here. Okay, okay. Make the gather control for prompt small, small and on the lower left. And I don't know, like, let's try it real quick. Turn this on. Hello, how are you? What is your name? I wonder what you're thinking. Blah, 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 blah. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, cool. So it will just keep pushing it down. But I think, yeah, we want to lock it to the bottom left. And locked onto the lower left. All right. All right. Happy coding, everybody. Have a wonderful day. See you all next, or see you tomorrow. Bye.